Welcome back to Dark Corners Streaming. 1967's Torture Garden was made by the same team as the previous year's The Deadly Bees, which we reviewed recently. Director Freddie Francis, writer Robert Bloch, and production company Amicus. Fortunately, Torture Garden is one of their anthologies, which are always a safer bet than their standalone features.
Didn't quite what I expected.
Another link to The Deadly Bees is Hammer Horror's greatest character actor, Michael Ripper, one of a group of fairground patrons daring to enter the tent of Dr. Diablo.
It is not for the faint of heart.
Burgess Meredith, loving every moment, offering his guests a vision of their future.
See, I promised you horror, and I intend to keep that promise.
As we've said before, anthologies tend to be a mixed bag, and this is no different, opening quite strongly. Taking a little dip for the next two stories of an ambitious actress.
Look, I know it sounds cold-blooded, but... well, if a girl wants to get ahead in this town, she's got to take her chances when she gets them.
And a possessed piano.
Let's go and have a drink.
Then rallying for the best of the bunch, with Peter Cushing and Jack Palance playing rival collectors of Edgar Allan Poe memorabilia.
Let us drink to the immortal Edgar Allan Poe.
With Palance really impressing with a very different characterization to what we might expect from him.
It's true. Collecting can become a kind of mania.
And Cushing at his most mesmeric.
Did you know that there are ways to raise the dead, to reanimate the dust?
Although perhaps the best twist is saved for the framing story.
You're not going to get away with it. Because I'm going to kill you.
Despite its American stars and Cushing, Torture Garden doesn't have quite the same breadth and depth of British character actor talent that you expect, but the performances are still very good. Likewise, only the Poe segment really rises above the predictable beats of the short story with an ironic twist, and knowing that's what this is, I think you probably see what's coming to some extent.
But I saw him. He was dead.
I also think there's an overall lack of energy, particularly from the midsection. But these are such well-made films that I don't think you mind too much, even if it's a little hard to believe that the second segment is set in a major Hollywood studio.
Have you seen Mr. Benton?
If you can see where it's going, you don't mind going along with it.
Perhaps she doesn't like me.
Freddie Francis's storytelling has an atmospheric economy, managing to convey passage of time in a story of 20 minutes, allowing for slow tension without feeling rushed elsewhere. And I do think the final segment is an object lesson of what you can do with a good script and two great actors in a room.
Here are my real treasures.
Not the best Amicus anthology, but not the worst either, which I think is what I said about The House That Dripped Blood, so I really can't criticise for a slight lack of originality. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and please check out our special on the Hammer Horrors of Michael Ripper. Where do you rank Torture Garden amongst the Amicus horrors? Let us know in the comments below.